Hi everyone, Nikki with Nations Network at Keller Williams. I'm here today with Kirk Faubel with Kirk D Faubel Insurance, and we're here to talk just about homeowners insurance.
Sure.
So I know there's some changes that might be coming down this year. Can you talk to us just a little bit about what's important to homeowners?
Sure. So, insurance has changed a lot over the last 6 to 12 months, and see a lot of restrictions still this year. Some of the biggest restrictions we're going to see are around roofs.
Okay.
Just because if we think to last April when we had all the hailstorms go through, roofs are one of our biggest issues in our area where we get lots of hail, big hail, lots of wind. It damages the roofs. Shingles have gone up about 16% in the last year, plus labor has gone up. It's a lot of expense to the insurance companies, so a lot of carriers are restricting how old the roof can be, being very particular about inspections and making sure the roof is in good shape.
Okay. Does that play a part then if you're like renewing your insurance and you are already in an existing home and you have an older roof, or what?
Yeah, great question, and it really depends on the carrier. Some carriers will do inspections at renewal, and more of them are doing that, and they may non-renew you if your roof's in bad shape. So they might have had you on their books for 5 or 10 years in the past. If they send out a roof inspection and they see that it's in bad shape, they may give you a window to get the roof replaced or drop your coverage at that point.
Interesting. Now, being in Missouri, we have a lot of hail damage, and that's a very common claim that people have. Are they still, giving those credits to people with hail damage?
Yeah, so with hail being such a big issue, roof age is the biggest factor in roof condition. The other thing we're really starting to see now that you'll probably see going forward is just the insurance companies expecting the homeowner to take a bigger stake when a claim happens. And what I mean by that is most carriers have already raised deductibles. So long gone are the days where you could get a $500 or $1,000 deductible on your home for wind and hail. I've got some carriers that went from $1,000 to $2,500. I've got others that are doing a percentage of your dwelling value of your home. So what would it cost to rebuild your home? Then they take a percentage of that, and that's your new wind and hail deductible. So it's not uncommon in today's world to see $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 deductibles for wind and hail.
Okay.
So that's a big change.
Yeah. So what about we do a lot with helping people find their next home.
Sure.
I heard there's changes with like electrical panels and what's covered now going forward. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Sure. Another great question. And electric is something that should have been updated a while ago. And it's just more of a case where I think the carriers are being pretty black and white about it, where some of them kind of had some gray areas around knob and tube and aluminum wiring and stuff, where they would say the panel needs to be updated, but they wouldn't specify all the wiring, for instance. Or if you had a small bit of wiring that was knob and tube, they would probably look past it. For the most part now, if you have knob and tube wiring, it's very hard to get insurance from any standard carrier. You would have to go to what's called a surplus market, where it's a specialty carrier that works specifically with those types of things, and of course a higher premium. Aluminum wiring is kind of getting to be the same thing. If you haven't had that remediated and updated, you're not going to be able to get standard insurance on it. And you do run the risk where if you're not accurate about that during the application process, if that is found to be the cause of a claim at some point and your house burns down, they potentially could go back and say, hey, you told us you didn't have this kind of wiring. You do. That's what caused the fire. Sorry, we're not going to pay your claim.
Wow. Does that kind of play a factor into like the fuse boxes too, like fuses instead?
Yeah, fuse boxes are pretty much a no-go. The very dangerous circuit breaker boxes like the Federal Pacific. Easy indicator there if your switches are red. That's a good indicator that you have a Federal Pacific box, and it's not going to be allowed. And the reason being is they just don't work, and it's a big risk for a fire in your home. So you want to get those updated as quickly as possible.
Is it beneficial for homeowners to shop around different insurance carriers?
Sure. It's always beneficial to do so. Just like you might shop for a few different mortgage banks and see which program works the best for you. There is no one carrier that is the best. You'll see that question, who's got the best rates for teen drivers? No one has the best rates. There's so many different variables that go into it, literally thousands of different variables. Where do you live? What is your claims history? Your credit score to some degree. All those things are used. So every carrier is going to look at your situation differently. So going out and getting a few different quotes, or using an independent agent like me that can shop 15 different carriers at once for you, is
Sure.
also a great way to do it. So I can shop and get the best coverage for the price
Do
for
the
you.
dirty work for everyone that doesn't like to
Yeah.
do the research.
Yeah.
So how does anybody get a hold of you if they want to reach out?
Best bet is you can reach me through my Facebook page. I've got a business Facebook page, or my cell phone number, which is 618-363-5272, or an email as well.
Okay.
So I'm pretty flexible.
Cool. Anything else you want to talk about that's
Sure.
important when looking at insurance?
I think the home buying process, it's going to change the way a lot of people look at it, including real estate agents like
Sure.
yourself, where you really have to almost be in defense mode with your buying clients now, that you've got to double check the electric, you've got to make sure the roof inspections are done. And I'm a little worried as we get back into lower interest rates, when all this gluttony of people who haven't
Sure.
been shopping for homes, do people start waiving inspections and stuff like that? So really relying on our real estate partners to really navigate people, the pros and cons, and the potential challenges they might finding insurance in the long run.
That's a good point too. Wonderful. Well, thanks for sharing your time with us. And if anybody has any questions, reach out to Kirk, and he'll help you out.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you.